Anall's a drop-in centre for ex-prisoners and their extended families. I mean, our age groups go from 90 right down to Una, who's 50, the youngest, you know.
Because women don't get talked about, men get talked about, men go down in history, women don't.
Prisoners, when they come out of prison, didn't feel very safe talking in the coffee shop or we felt safe here.
Do you feel you would be any different without the support group?
There are loads of clubs, you know, on the road, senior citizens groups and church, community, you know, loads, but it doesn't have this background.
How do you feel when you enter the doors of Anall?
Obviously it was because it was a Republican background and you just felt more at home and maybe safe, maybe, I don't know.
Some of the people here have had 5 children in prison at the one time, so it's somewhere to go every day. And then when all that stopped and the prisoners stopped being in prison, they kept getting out and the Good Friday Agreement and everything else, they had nowhere to go. The conflict wasn't on, the soldiers weren't kicking your doors in no more, so what do you do all day?
Does any of you know what Anall means?
From the inside out. You can't really translate it in the Gaelic language, but that's what it means. It means coming from the inside to the outside. And I would always say, oh, my daddy was brilliant, he was a prisoner and he was great. Not until I had children myself did I realise my daddy was inside there getting 3 meals a day. Mm-hmm. My mum was out here hiding from the milkman and hiding from the tick man, hiding from everybody and trying to bear 7 of us. But then again, when it was the guy that was outside, he got a lot more support, I think, than when the woman was outside.
So I don't want the young children of today growing up on what our children went through. I mean, I prefer things settled and better for them than what our people had.
But I wouldn't like them to forget how hard it was to get where we are.
You don't really want to forget it because it's the past, it's the history of here, and it's just, you want to keep it. Like, as memories, not like something you want to happen again.
But isn't it better to leave the past in the past and let new things come about? Like, let people, like, mix if they want to, and, you know, like, let them do whatever they want and keep the past in the past, but you can remember it and stick by it if you want to.
I think that's good that I actually know about what happened in the past, but I don't like to dwell on it, and if somebody brings it up, I'll just maybe chip in a wee comment there, but I don't like be a big Sherman tank, but no, I don't like her, yeah, I have this opinion and I think that about that. It's not that I don't care about it, it's just that I don't think it's as big an issue as it was.
Like, I know a lot of like kids these days don't really care about what happened like back when, like about the troubles and all that, and I do care, but like at the same time I don't want to go on about it. There's no point trying to bring that all back up again.
You like to know these things, like just to know what like our parents and grandparents lived through. It's not really like big and important to me because like you live in the now, not in the past.
And you're lucky because when we were at school and you were going for a job, the first thing they asked you was what school you went to. They didn't ask you your name, you know, anything about you. Once they knew what school you went to, you didn't get the job. So it's lucky things have changed now for the better for you too, you know, for a lot of yous.
A lot of people in my area would hang about with persons and you wouldn't even know, and they would date them and stuff. Like, you don't exactly care what religion they are, just care about the person who they are.
But for us to say, when I was your age, to say, no, it doesn't really matter to me, or it had to matter to me, because, you know, my friends were getting shot dead in the street, at the street corner, at 13, 14, school kids. So it had to matter to me. I probably couldn't have strayed out of the area to meet different cultures and meet different religions or anything else. So that's the difference in our age.
I like the fact that we can have friends from different religions, different cultures, everything like that. It's good.
We had teddy boys in the 60s, right? And it was drain pipes and it was tight skirts. I was too young for that, but envied it, looking at it. And then when I got to the age where I could have done it, I didn't want to do that because we developed like a mod style, minis and that there. And I just thought I died and went to heaven. My children said one day, Mummy, you have hot pants on. I went, yeah, and I made them.
If you listen to people like Rihanna and Eminem, you'd usually either dress up in just tracksuits or like girly clothes you'd walk around seeing. But if you listen to like heavier stuff, you'd go around in big long trousers with maybe like chains in them and big DMs or New Rocks and like band t-shirts and stuff.
It seems very dark. Or our type of music, we're jumping all over the place. Bright clothes, bright things.
There's a lot of different types of genres of music that styles go with them.
I think everybody, and it's a way of life for everyone. People sort of have different groups, different artists. For me, it was the Beatles and Gene Pitney. I just, and even now to this day, when I'm doing housework, I put Gene Pitney on, do my housework too.
What is emo? Like, what does emo mean? Emo to me is like a washing powder, you know, Omo or something like that there.
I was 8 when we got our first TV, which was sort of one of the first ones in the street. And my dad used to come home at night and used to come in, it was like a picture house. You know, he couldn't move, everyone sitting watching children's TV.
You know, it's a much more materialistic life now, with like PlayStations, everything. It's like you have to have what everybody else has. None of us had anything, so you didn't aspire to have anything yourself because you knew there was no mission of you getting it. I think just having food on the table and like a birthday present or Christmas was a big thing because that's the only time you got things.
Sort of, you had freedom to go places wherever you wanted because you weren't afraid. Where now, if once it gets dark, very few people walk anywhere. They get taxis. But when I was a child, a private taxi was unheard of.
I actually like the idea of just not having everything that we have, like laptops 24/7. I like the idea of just going out in the street with your friends. I would actually probably prefer that, but you can't really do that nowadays.